Hi guys, I'm on my way to Bletchley, which is located in Milton Keynes. It's about 30 minutes away from where I live. Bletchley is a very historical place because it's famous for its code breakers who successfully broke the Enigma code of the Germans during World War II, and breaking the Enigma code have a very big effect in the result of the war. It was the turning point of World War II, so that's how Bletchley became famous. But I'm not going to Bletchley today to visit the historical places. I'm going to Bletchley because I am visiting a butcher. I am buying something from my butcher. It's called Palmer's Butcher. That's where we usually buy our meat supply, chicken, pork, beef. So I'm going there today to buy something. Alright, see you later. We're here in Bletchley. I'm gonna show you where the butcher is. So it's time for me to wear a mask because there would be other people there. Okay. Good morning! Welcome back to my channel, Toto Chronicles. So this morning we are going to have a cooking demonstration. I'm gonna show you how to cook Lengua Estofada. So Lengua Estofada is a type of ox tongue stew. It is a hybrid of Spanish and Filipino ox tongue dish, which is tenderized and cook with tomato, with vinegar, with soy sauce, and with bay leaves, and you can also add red wine, and in the end you may add some slices of fried bananas or fried potatoes, or in some cases they also put green olives into the ox tongue or the Lengua Estofada. I bought the ox tongue yesterday from my butcher, and I have to go through the process of cleaning it. Cleaning the ox tongue is the most difficult part in cooking Lengua Estofada. It's the most difficult part in such a way that you have to clean by removing the outer layer from the ox tongue. So I'm going to show you in the next video the whole process of cleaning the ox tongue, washing it, and slicing it until the process of frying it until it's brown before we start tenderizing the ox tongue. So for those who haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button and keep supporting me. So I'm now going to show you the ingredients that we need to add into our sliced ox tongue before we start tenderizing it. So what we need are tomatoes. We need loads of tomatoes. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna slice these tomatoes. Put into the pot. So the amount of tomatoes you put into the pot depends on your discretion. So if you want a bit more of sauce, you may add more ripe tomatoes. So usually when I make my lengua, if I cook 2 tongues, I usually put 4 ripe tomatoes in my recipe. And then the next one we need are onions. Okay, 2 big onions, or if you want, you can have 3 or 4. It all depends on how much you want into your recipe. Then we add this into the pot. The next ingredient that we need is lemon. Some people prefer cooking the lengua with vinegar, but for me, I prefer using lemon for my lengua estofada. So again, it's up to you how many lemon you want to use. It's your choice. But usually, if I cook 2 ox tongues, I would use 2 big lemons. So I just slice the lemon and squeeze it into a lengua. Next one we need is garlic. Slice it up. And just put it into the pot. And then we need to add sugar, brown sugar, to provide sweetness to our lengua. So the sweetness of your lengua depends on the amount of sugar you want to put in. So later on, when you come up with a sauce, it's up to you to decide whether it's sweet enough for you. So for me, I'm gonna pour everything into the pot. We need bay leaf to add some flavor and aroma. So it goes into the pot. And then we also need some black peppercorns. So I just pour enough amount into my pot. Put in some salt. You might add salt later on when you make your sauce. And then we add black soy sauce. I don't usually measure the amount, but it all depends on your discretion on how much soy sauce you want to put in, just to add flavor and color to your lengua estofada. So a generous amount, depending on the amount of ox tongue you are cooking. And then I also need my red wine. Okay, so the amount of wine you put in also depends on your discretion. That's fine. It's about 2 cups. And then sometimes I like adding some garlic granules, so I'll just sprinkle a bit of garlic granules to add to the flavor. And then I need some water, because if I tenderize the ox tongue, I need enough water in my pot until it's tender enough. So the amount of water you put in, make sure it's just enough to cover the whole meat. Okay. So we just mix it all up. Now we start tenderizing it by cooking it on slow heat. I prefer cooking it slowly instead of putting it in a pressure cooker, because you tend to lose a lot of its flavors when you cook it using a pressure cooker. But if it's slow cook, you retain the goodness of the meat, the flavor, and the aroma of the food. So we'll wait and see. It will take a couple of hours until it's tender. So after we separate the ox tongue from the sauce, we strain the sauce into another pot. This sauce will be our gravy for our Lengua Estofada. We now reduce the sauce to make gravy, and we add the cornstarch, and then we season for extra taste. I could add some garlic powder, could add some black pepper, and just stir it until it's thicker like a gravy. So we're gonna arrange our cooked ox tongue into the trays. So we now have our gravy. So we're gonna mix the gravy into the trays of lengua. So this is it. Our lengua is now ready for delivery. So now I'm getting my Lengua Estofada ready for delivery. Some of my friends have ordered lengua from me for Easter Sunday. So I'm delivering the lengua of my friend. He ordered a tray of lengua. This is his house here. So just waiting for him to open the door. Happy Easter! You're on my vlog.
Oh, morning. Happy Easter.
Yeah. So that's Henry.
Hello.
He ordered my lengua. Hope you enjoyed your lengua.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it.
Hold it, hold it.
Oh, thank you.
Sige. Okay, enjoy.
Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Oh my gosh.